The thing about Leeds was just the whole kind of diversity about it.
It's in the Russell group, very heavy on research.
The geography course was very, very highly rated.
It's just a really broad subject, you can sort of do whatever you want with it. It doesn't set you on a definite path.
We've brought all the first year students to the field centre at Malham.
It's not normally as tropical as this when we come to Malham. Often it has snowed in the past, rivers are frozen, but this year it's nice and warm.
It's such a fantastic place, Malham. We can learn an awful lot about the landscape and how the environment has changed.
So far they've been in lectures for about 5 weeks, and what we'd like them to do is kind of put some of the knowledge that they've gained into practice outside.
It's a great opportunity for them to understand that fieldwork's a really important part of a geography degree.
To understand the environment, to try and understand what it's like to be out in the field.
We can only cover so much in the time that we're here, but it's about trying to piece together the information that they've given. So although they study in distinct modules at university, there are many links between them, and we try to encourage them to identify those whilst they're out in the field.
All the fieldwork links into the modules we teach back at Leeds. So we have several days here and those link to modules.
You're actually hands-on, so you're not just going to be reading, you're actually visualising and understanding what's going on.
What we do in the field, we also follow up in lectures and laboratory classes after the field course.
It's really a great opportunity to put into practice some of the things we've told them about.
Our teaching is research-led in that several of us have worked in Yorkshire and in this area. In fact, I've published papers on this area, so the students are getting research-led teaching.
So for instance, here today I'm on Tarn Moss. It's a raised peatland. Across lots of the country we're trying to restore and preserve these environments, and this is the research that I'm involved in.
The thing that I've been trying to impart into the students today is to look at the landscape and try and interpret it and link processes that we've been teaching them about in the classroom to the landscape. So talk about its glacial history, its environmental history, and its human history as well.
We're trying to show them that there isn't always a correct answer. And I think that's really important when you come to university, that students realise that. And you can learn a lot from observation, discussing with your colleagues about what you're seeing.
I encourage you to really think outside the subject and relate that to where you are and what you're looking at.
They're very committed to their research. You can tell which lecturers are into what field.
That like one is specific interest is in environmental change and the other one's in rivers and like dynamic landscapes.
It's really inspiring for them to see that those are people they meet on a daily basis.
It's been really fun. Didn't really know many people on the course before because we've only had lectures.
You get to know each other as you're working in your groups.
The whole kind of social aspect and getting to know your group has been really, really, really good actually.
They see a completely different perspective of the lecturers.
They're very professional and very easy to approach, particularly out in the field like this, but equally they'll come back to the pub with you in the evening and share a pint, you know.
From week 6 onwards, you really see a change in the dynamics of the students. They've got to know each other, they work together better, and they've got to know us as staff.
If you ask all of the staff, I am sure one of the main reasons they would give for being a geographer is that they enjoy being outside. It's about learning about the landscape and its history. I think if you were to ask the students, they would give you a similar answer.
I just want to be out in the world, seeing it and doing as much within it as I can.
They absolutely love coming outside, and that's what they enjoy. And they might whinge and moan when it's cold and freezing, but when you get days like this, they go back. And on the walk back yesterday, they were saying how much they enjoyed it. Even though we'd made them walk 5 miles, they thought it was brilliant.